Hello, and welcome to the 12 Months to Marathon podcast with me, John Hill, the running podcast for the over 35s with Marathon Dreams. Episode 49. I have another very special guest with me. I have Nelly Oliha with me. Hello, Nelly. How are you?
Hello there. Nice to be here. How
Yeah,
are you?
I'm very well, thank you. Very well, thanks for joining me today. So I'll just give a little bit of background on Nelly, and then I'll let him do the rest when I ask my opening questions. So Nelly is a running content creator on Instagram. I came across Nelly, as you normally do with these things. When you start doing your own thing, you come across people who've got a bit of a following and put out a lot of very good content. So that's really how I came across Nelly, and I quite liked what I saw really, and I thought Nelly would be a great guest to have on to have a chat with myself. I wanted to find out a bit more myself personally from a selfish point of view, and also obviously the listeners here. I think it's good to hear Nelly's story and the why Nelly does what he does. So there's two reasons why, and I'll let Nelly go into a lot more depth on this. But the first one was the way Nelly approaches his running, and I go and follow him at Nelly Oliha. I'll put obviously all the links in the description and stuff. Was the humor element. Nelly's got a really good sense of humor, really talks a lot about the sort of things that runners think about and talk about, and articulates that in a really funny way. And as some of you know from listening to this regularly, that will sing to me because, I think I'm funny. Maybe a lot of people don't, but I've got tend to have a sense of humor
You
when it
are.
comes
You
to
are.
running. Yeah, I tend to have a sense of humor when it comes to running. And secondly, was his run streak, which I'll let him talk about in his own words and explain that to us. So the first question from me really is, I suppose, talk me through your running journey. How did we get here from, how did you get from sort of where you were, I suppose, to being a running content creator, doing this whole thing that you do?
Yeah. So basically, I used to play football when I was little. So I got injured and I didn't play football anymore. So I did a surgery. So I went back to football. I was feeling a bit of pain when I played football. So I just stopped. I was like 18, 19 years. Then I focused more on fitness actually. So I was doing only fitness, not really cardio. So when the corona started, so there was no place to go to the gym. So I started running with my girlfriend actually because she runs, and she actually motivated me to keep running because the first days when I was running with her, I couldn't follow her. So it was just like 1 kilometer, 2 kilometer. She was just outpaced me. I couldn't run. I was breathing. So I was like, "Ah, this can't be true. Uh, I want to run so that she will be following me." So that got me motivated in my head. So that's how my journey started actually.
Mhm.
So I was running. So like I decided to start a running streak. So now I'm more than 2 years running every day for at least 5 kilometer, between
Okay.
5 and 15 kilometer every day.
Okay.
So when I'm training for marathons, it's a bit longer. So I run like 26, sometimes 16,
Yeah.
sometimes 30,
Yeah.
uh, depending on the day. So if I don't run, I don't feel good. So that's why actually my day starts when I finish my run.
Right.
So when I go to sleep, my head, get up, go run.
Okay.
After the running, my head is clear.
Okay. And where did the idea, while you've mentioned that, because we started that, I'm assuming 2023. I read is when you started your run streak. What was I suppose, the inspiration to run every single day? Because, for example, I run, if I'm most days, if I'm marathon training, I do usually run every day for that
Yeah,
cycle, but I
yeah,
wouldn't say I definitely run every single day. What sparked that? Well, I'm going to start running. Did you
yeah.
plan to run every
Actually,
day, or did it just
no,
flow?
no, 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 no.
Right.
Actually, no,
Okay.
no. It was actually I challenged myself to see if I could do a 30 days challenge.
Okay.
So I started with day one, and it was going well. Day two, day three, and I had to run at least 5 kilometers. So when I completed the 30 days, I was feeling good. So I said, okay, let's move it up to like 60 days. After the 60 days challenge, and then yeah, then you get a little bit addicted, and then can I do 100?
Yeah.
Can I do a year? So that's how I
Okay.
went by.
And have you got any aspirations on how long?
So I always take it by so did my 2 years running streak now.
Yeah.
So now I'm going for the 1,000.
Yeah.
So after the 1,000, I'm gonna go for 3 years and then see afterwards. So the next vision of mine is to complete the 1,000 days of running every day.
Okay. Right. Okay. And how long? So my maths. So you wouldn't be. Well, you probably about 300 days off that, if my math serves me correctly. Not far off.
Yes, something
Yeah.
like that. Something
Yeah.
like
Okay. Okay. And how many marathons have you done?
I've done like three full marathons,
Three.
and yeah, the half marathons I've done like 7, 8. So
Right. Okay. Now you've got quite the following on Instagram. So what was it that how obviously I can't I know how that you get that, but how did it sort of where did it come from? What was it? Was it a particular a message, a particular thing you were doing that sort of elevated that?
yeah, people that know me, I'm actually in the real life. I'm the fun guy you want to have around you. So when I go to
Okay.
party with my friends, I'm the one making jokes
Yeah.
and all that. So I try to put that in my running
Yeah.
because that's just me actually. I'm just being myself.
Okay.
So running content is actually a way to bring my character. So what you see is actually who I am actually. So I'm just putting it in a running,
Okay.
and also it's what people. I try to put some things people try to say, but they can't say it.
Yeah.
But I try to bring it out.
Yeah.
So I'm not too shy to bring some kind of content like you wouldn't expect. So,
Yeah.
but more yeah.
And
And
how did that start out of interest? So obviously, how did you think did it just happen or did you have a plan to do that or
no, actually because I was posting every day. Me running every day, my running
yeah.
streak.
Yeah.
So I just started posting some videos of my running streak
Okay.
on my rails, but it wasn't running streak was not really a thing on the rails. It wasn't getting a lot of views.
Right.
So I thought to myself, maybe I should put a little bit of myself inside, like a
Yeah.
little bit of humor, like things that people can relate to actually.
Right.
So that's how it started actually. So I started doing that, and then I see like people like it through the reels. People started following me. So I said, okay, let's keep doing what we're doing. So
Yeah. So it was purely the fun and humor stuff that you think
yeah,
got you. Yeah.
for the humor and just for being myself actually. So
Yeah.
it's actually easy for me because I'm not really trying. I'm just being me.
Yeah.
So I could be sitting on my couch and just think about an idea. I can just make it in like 1 or 2 minutes. So it's actually just being myself, actually. So
And what do you, on a personal level, what, why do you run? Is in the sense of it's it. I know, obviously, I know why I run. You know what I mean? And it seems like quite an obvious question to something, but what does it do for you in terms of your life?
uh, it clear my mind
Yeah,
actually,
yeah.
and also I use running to stay on my calorie. So
Okay,
I have to burn 1,000 calories per day.
okay,
So when I run, I burn at least 400 or 500 calories,
right,
and then the rest I do like a gym. So so in 2 years time, I've always burned 1,000 calories a day.
okay, okay,
Yeah, that's how to stay fit and clear my mind. So
okay. So meant to stay fit and clean. And where did the 1,000 calories come from? Is that just
I was doing a research on YouTube on how to
okay?
stay fit.
Yeah,
So I saw someone talking about if you want to stay fit, you have to burn like 1,000 calories
yeah,
so that you can stay fit and
yeah.
young. So that's how the idea came along with the
Okay.
1,000 calories.
Now you mentioned being yourself and having a sense of humor. Do you think do you think that people are put off by running because of them worried about what other people will think? Does that make sense in terms of that authenticity of people just thinking, well, I can just go and be me and this can be part of who I am? Does that make sense?
Can you repeat yourself?
Yeah, sorry. So basically, the question is, it's like you mentioned being yourself is been was the thing that really got you some
Yeah.
provenance, or got you some followers. I suppose what I'm looking for in terms of What would you say to people who perhaps are a little bit nervous about running because they're worried about what people might think, but actually running could bring them out of their shell? Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah, actually, running is actually, I would say to them, like, doesn't matter if you are slow, fast,
Yeah,
or any running doesn't have a pace actually.
yeah,
As long as you are moving, so don't be shy. It doesn't matter what clothes you wear or anything you feel good at, just do it. Just as long as you are moving actually,
hmm,
you are moving for yourself, for your better self. So that's what I would advise people to do. So like just keep moving and don't think about what people is gonna say about you. If you like making content, make content on your in your way. And there's a lot of people that will appreciate you for being yourself. So
yeah. Do you think do you think you actually documenting like in that sense making content has that helped you to keep going?
oh yeah, for real. So like me, documentary my journey actually,
Yeah,
and people are reacting like, oh, I just saw you running. This morning I wasn't feeling myself because I see you running. I'm going outside now to go run.
right.
So when people react like that, it keeps me going because I'm motivating others also.
Okay. So do you feel in that sense that what you're doing is partly to inspire people to
Yeah,
just get out and
definitely.
run? Yeah.
It's definitely inspiring people, inspiring myself, inspiring my family. Like my family from Africa, they haven't seen me for a long time. But when I talk to them, like, we saw you running, you're doing very good. You should run from Europe to Africa so
Right.
we can see you again.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's actually inspiring.
Yeah, perfect. Because you're in Belgium, right?
Yeah, I'm in
So
Belgium. Yeah,
whereabouts in Africa are you originally from?
from Nigeria.
From Nigeria. Okay. 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 That'd be a bit of a distance, wouldn't it? So
Yeah, yeah, it's a bit far.
yeah, a bit far. Yeah, a bit far. I mean, and I think that's I think that's really important because what happens is you then create it's almost like a positive inspirational loop because you're
Yeah.
inspiring people, but then that's also inspiring you.
Yeah, for sure. On the first place is for me, for
Yeah.
myself. I'm doing it for me, and if I can inspire others by doing something that feels good to me, it's even better.
Yeah.
So first thing about running, it should be about you,
Yeah.
and if you can inspire others by just being out there and showing who you are, it's even better. So
How was it's one question I always ask. How has running changed you, Nelly?
for the good, actually.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, before running, I was like going parties, friends, doing all that. But now, with running, uh, everything is going better for me. I'm healthier. When people see me, like, oh, you look better than before. Oh, that's really, you look very great. Like, and
Yeah.
I have a peace of mind because of running. So I feel better inside, and yeah, Ronnie changed my life definitely
Yeah.
for the
Yeah.
good.
Absolutely. What would you say to anybody who is potentially looking to start running, but
Yeah,
has got those sort of fears and stuff and a bit of that? What would you say to them?
I'll tell them to not don't be afraid. Just take it step by step. You can start really slow. If it's 1 kilometer, you can do, and then you walk, and then you run again. It's very fine, totally fine. Just start. Everybody have to start somewhere. So start slow. Just build up the kilometers. Do what you can do. And after a couple of months, couple of weeks, you will see that running is going to change your life,
Yeah,
definitely for the good.
absolutely. And like Nelly said earlier, don't hide away. Just do your thing and if be yourself and
Yeah, be
uh,
yourself. Don't if you are funny and that, put it in. Just show yourself. Don't be afraid to be yourself. Actually,
yeah. I mean, for me, I think I don't know whether you agree with this. I think that life gives us quite serious challenges And I don't think running should be one of those because not,
No.
let's be honest, none of us are athletes, so we're not,
Yeah, yeah.
none of us are doing this professionally. We don't stand to lose,
Uh-huh.
thousands of pounds or whatever
Yeah.
currency in sponsorship deals or whatever by not doing it. So I think people take it, I think a lot of people take it far too seriously when actually they would probably enjoy it more if they did have that fun element.
Yeah, for sure. You just be yourself, have fun, meet new people by running. If you can run 5 kilometer, 10 kilometers, all good. If you can join a running club to meet other people, the running community is really, really strong. So yeah, if you can join a running club, you should do it.
Yeah. Do you always run on your own or?
Yeah, most of the time I run on my own. I'm also
Right.
on the AC's front runner.
Yeah.
So yeah, I do. We do come together sometimes, and we run together, do some races together. So it's all fun.
Right. Okay. So, what's next for you then, Nelly?
Uh, Day by day, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, day by day. Going on vacation very soon, and afterwards, I'm gonna plan the next races.
Right.
So
And when you do your streak, do you plan that in advance in terms of what distances on what day, or do you go on feel? How do you do that?
I go actually on field,
Right.
but I have to run at least 5 kilometer. If I feel it good, I run a bit longer.
Right.
So like today I run like 10 kilometer. So and tomorrow it could be 16, depends.
Okay.
But I have to run at least 5 kilometer.
Right. Okay. Okay. And have you got any marathons or anything lined up this year?
Yeah, so I just did two marathons not so long ago. So the Rotterdam Marathon
Yep.
and the UK Leeds.
Oh, you did
So
the Leeds one. Okay. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
I did the
Yeah.
Leeds. I did
Yeah.
the Leeds one. So the next one I'm gonna plan after my holiday
Right.
in July. So after my holiday in July, I'm gonna see which marathon I'm gonna do this year. So
Yeah.
probably one or two later this year, maybe September or November or December.
Yeah. Okay. Fantastic. Okay. Wonderful. Anything else from you today? Or
No, not really, not really. I'm just chilling actually. So
good. That's good. That's what we like. That's good. Well, I just wanted to say, I know you're a very busy man, so thank you very much for taking the time to talk to me. I think it's a very simple message here in terms of the reasons why I wanted to talk to you, which is quite simple, really. It's make sure that you enjoy this.
yes,
So
yes.
no matter what, that you can still perform at whatever level you want to,
Well,
but
whatever level,
just
yeah,
enjoy
just
it. Just
enjoy yourself
enjoy it.
and
Yeah.
just keep being you.
Yeah, and I think that's really the one thing I wanted to get. I think it's just because you can tell. I'm not surprised that people gravitate towards people like yourself because it has got that. Oh, I think that. I think that. He's saying what I'm thinking. It's
Yeah,
that.
just
Yeah,
just be you actually, and you're gonna be surprised how many people actually thinks like you or can relate to you. So
yeah, yeah. Because people, I think for me, it's always that thing about people like normal people. They're like relatable people, don't they? And I think a sense of humor, I think, is a really important part of that. So, yeah, I think that's essential, especially uh, you, when you do. So I think when you get up to certain distances with running, I think a sense of humor is important
yeah,
because
definitely.
especially if you ever get into marathons, which is sort of what I'm hoping to help a lot of people do. You do need, especially in the training the training side of it,
Yes, yes,
you
yes. You
do
need
need a
a
sense of humour. So, okay, well, thank you very much, Nelly. I do appreciate you taking the time to talk to me. So, as I always say, what I would highly recommend that you do if you want to check out Nelly's amazing content is go and follow him on Instagram. Of course, it's at Nelly Oliha, and I'll spell his surname. It's Oliha. It's just his name with at. I'll put obviously all the links in the description as always. So make sure that you follow Nelly over there. If you don't already, make sure you follow me at 12 Months to Marathon. And of course, if you like these podcasts, it really helps me if you click the star ratings, particularly on Spotify. That really helps me. And don't forget to share it with anybody who perhaps, particularly people who want to get into running. Those are the people that I really want to tap into, I think, because I think that people, it's an amazing way to express yourself, I believe, because it's not just people go running. I think as Nelly's proved, I think it's a good way to express you.
Mhm.
And I think that's a very powerful thing. And I think if you are feeling a little bit in your shell, I think it's a good way. Running's a fantastic way to express yourself, and hopefully, by following Nelly and listening to this today, that will help you do that if you are looking to start a journey. So don't take things too seriously. And yeah, Nelly, thanks again. I appreciate that very much. Thank you for your
Thank
time.
you for the invite. Thank you
No,
very
you're
much.
very welcome. It's been an absolute pleasure. Thanks everyone for listening, and I'll speak to you all very soon indeed.